I became a music therapist after graduating from Sam Houston State University. I spent some time working with Marianne Noltrick learning about music therapy because my high school guidance counselor introduced me to the field after starting a student peer mentoring program. I went to high school in Waxahachie, Texas during the time of the Plano suicides. So 13 teens at Plano ISD committed suicide, died by suicide, and coincidentally, copycat-wise, 4 other teens at my high school, including my boyfriend and a close friend, died by suicide that year. I was greatly affected by it and went to my high school guidance counselor for support. Prior to that, I thought I would be a winds player in the Disney Orchestra, but learned that I had a greater calling. I wanted to work with people. My real passion was that I wanted to be in psych, I thought. I thought I wanted to work specifically in psych and work with people that had suicidal ideation, people that were hopeless. I felt that music could really bring that back to them, help them connect to their world and see the areas that they still had hope. But once I started my studies, I learned about the brain and became just fascinated and smitten with the brain and decided to follow that track a little bit more. And so I studied more about the neurology of music and the physiologic effects of music on the body and sort of delved into the real harder science, if you will, about music and music in the body. And so I practiced for a long time in low awareness states and looking at music therapy in that realm, in that world. And then I transitioned to acute care, medical acute care, where I started to see a little bit more variety in my caseloads and started doing a group with an art therapist on an oncology floor. And a lot of that work became more psycho-emotional led. At the time, I also lost my brother to suicide, and it brought me back to my original impetus for going into the field of music therapy. I had to sort of rework through some of those same thoughts and feelings, and out of that became a desire to learn more about psychodynamic processes and psychodynamic theories. To which I started doing a little bit more. I started treating patients that came into the hospital with eating disorders. I started getting referrals for kids with epilepsy that were really having a lot of mental breakdowns and crises surrounding how they were viewed as a person, and started doing just a lot more psych-oriented work. Coincidentally, I have now landed a wonderful position here at Houston Methodist Hospital in Houston, Texas, where my first project was to pilot music therapy on the inpatient acute psychiatric unit. So I have gotten to delve full speed ahead into this population and have found that I love it just as much as neurology.